Look, can we please bring back 10 episode binging, or essentially just put all the episodes on streaming so we can just binge the entire season? Can we please bring that back to normality? Because we're just getting spoiled. Look, I missed it. I really do. I miss it. This show made me realize I missed it. I just need all the seasons to just come out. We don't really need to go week by week and just be stressed. We just need everything at once because, oh my goodness, I'm so overwhelmed. It's like I've just seen so much and I just can't process it. I gotta talk about it. We gotta get to this now, guys. Umbrella Academy Season 3. Hey guys, it's your guy in the chair here, and this is my review for the Umbrella Academy Season 3. Now look, it's essentially going to be the same way I do all my other series reviews. I'm just going to be going over things that I like, things that I didn't like. It will be a spoiler-filled review, so you have been warned. I will just be going over plot points that I just want to talk about. Essentially may just be just talking about events, characters, just my overall thoughts of the entire season. So, let's get to it. Look, simply put, guys, I am absolutely speechless. This show delivered one of the best seasons absolutely ever in the entire series. And that goes to say, the last two seasons are absolutely phenomenal. They are very good, but this one really just upped the stakes by like 20. They absolutely turned up the notches by 50. They did everything they could to make this one of the best seasons, musical number-wise, action-wise, character relation-wise. I mean, everything was better, everything was bigger, and I just had so much fun with this season. I mean, from the opening clip of not season 1, but episode 1, to the final frame we got of the 10th episode, we just got nothing but one of the best thrill rides that I've personally been on since Invincible Season 1. I mean, I haven't watched a show so intense that had me on the edge of my seat every single episode, had me feeling so many different emotions every episode, had me just not knowing what was going to happen. I mean, the unpredictability in this show was absolutely insane. You never know what's coming, and it's just so many different twists and turns are coming around every single corner. And with the addition of the Sparrow Academy, you know, you would think that they wouldn't be able to fit as many like characters in, or essentially like give each character enough screen time to fulfill an actual good story for each and every one of them. No, the writing gets better, the story gets better, just everything gets better. I will say the special effects, the special effects are on the fence, only because in some areas they make things look absolutely beautiful, like making these big glowy, portally black holes that just suck things in, and then for some odd reason when one of the Sparrow Academy members are working out on a rooftop, it looks like a shot from a WB's Vampire Diaries show or something like that. Not even the CW, the WB. Like, the CGI is that bad, so Netflix got to work on that. But other than that, this show is absolutely phenomenal, guys. Look, I am just absolutely, utterly flabbergasted at how good this was. Like, I really can't believe that they really pulled out all the stakes for this show. Granted, it's crazy because the way they explain it to us, we pick up right where season 2 left off, where essentially they're right in the living room of the Sparrow Academy house. We find out that Hargraves, from seeing that the kids in season 2 ended up such failures, he decided to adopt the other half of the kids that he didn't take the first time, and he made the Sparrow Academy. And you know, now watching these two families kind of come together and cross paths, it's like seeing, you know, their polar opposites essentially, but they work in so many different ways. And the Sparrow Academy has so many great members of it. It was really great seeing those characters. I thought they were a lot of fun, a great addition to the show. Everybody who was an addition to the show this season didn't miss a beat. Like, everybody who, you know, Umbrella Academy brings in, they fall right in line with the fun, the mystery, the enigma that this show is surrounded by. And it's really great to see everybody having so much fun on this show. And honestly, one of the biggest standouts from the absolute beginning of this season was the Footloose number. I loved everything about that scene. I thought it was so much fun. I love seeing these characters do so much wacky things, because it really reminds me of The Boys in a sense, but the Umbrella Academy and The Boys do so much that they can to stay away from the, you know, essentially the cliches that the MCU and the DCU have fallen into, and they just do everything different, and they do it right. And I'm not saying essentially the MCU does it right too, DCU does it right sometimes, but these shows like The Boys and Umbrella Academy, these shows do it right over and over and over again, and they're just getting better at it. And I'm speechless. I thought every character in this season absolutely expanded themselves as far as development goes. Look, when it comes to, Vanya becoming Victor, I really appreciated the fact that they respected, Ellen Page's decision to become Elliot, and they even moved the character for her or him in, this show now, just following the way that Elliot does in life. And I thought that was really respectful to the character and the actor himself. Essentially, the character development between Victor and Allison, I thought that entire feud throughout the season was great. It's crazy because Allison really has been through a lot. And I kind of thought at first she was coming off as kind of bitchy, but she really has a point. When she lost her daughter, she's lost her husband. Like, she's lost so much in the fact that they keep having to save the world, and, everything keeps getting erased and they have to keep starting over. It's like, she can't keep living that way. So I did understand that in a sense, but it was just crazy to see how she not only pressed a button to reset everything and go back to her family, but she betrayed them in the first place and made that deal with Reginald Hargreaves. And speaking of Sir Reginald Hargreaves, look, I don't know if he has to enter, the best TV villain conversation, not because there's a lot of good ones out there, but he at least has to be in the conversation for a great one, because I absolutely loved his character from beginning to end. And the great thing about this season is you're not even necessarily sure what version of this Hargreaves we're getting, because he raised the sparrows in this timeline. This is a different timeline, a different Hargreaves. So throughout the season, we're trying to figure out, is this the same guy? And the relationship between him and Klaus is absolutely hilarious to see. And, once we get to the nitty gritty and, we know that, Hargreaves is essentially the old Hargreaves, he's still the same guy from, the Umbrella Academy, who they know. If that makes any sense. I hope it makes sense. But once we get to that part and we find out that he's still evil, it's like he only gets better, as the show goes on. It's like he's doing everything he has to make sure he gets this plan, fulfilled. I believe he did it to save the love of his life. That's who I'm gonna guess is sitting in this window with him at the end of the season. I don't necessarily know. I know we're gonna find out next season, but it's just my hunch he did it for love. I mean, who wouldn't, right? If love is what's driving this guy to do it, then I can't blame you, but you are one whack son of a bitch, especially for killing Luther, man. Come on. Like, that just hurt my heart. I know he's alive now, and he's skinny too. I can't lie, that looks weird. Luther, a regular, normal built Luther, that's weird. I hope he's not like that for long, because that's gonna take a lot to get used to. Look, the thing that I love most about this show is the fact that it doesn't put itself in a box, and it doesn't try to limit itself to what it can be. It tries to expand itself vastly and tries to become anything that it can be. I just love everything about this show, and I loved everything about this season. Look, you have a great ensemble cast when you don't even have like a favorite member, or it's hard to pick a favorite member of the Umbrella Academy. Granted, if I had to narrow it down, or if I had to choose somebody, it would either be Five or Klaus, but every character this season just had a special place in my heart. They always have, but essentially it just keeps growing the more I spend time with these characters throughout the seasons. Like I said, Allison really hit me hard this season. Luther and Sloane, their relationship was very cute. I can't lie. I was a big Luther and Sloane person, but then Diego and Lila, they absolutely just I was gonna say curb stomp, but no, they kind of kicked Sloane and Luther to the curb after a while, because that relationship is just very strong to root for as well. It's like there's not a bad character in this show. There's not a bad side character. You have fun with everybody's specific plotline story. You don't necessarily get bored following a specific character. It's like everybody brings something of value to this show. Everybody brings something of purpose, and you just have absolute complete fun in this entire chaotic madness. And one thing I love the most is that Victor finally said something that somebody should have told Vin Diesel a long time ago. Look, you cannot just keep throwing the word family around. You got it's not gonna, after a while, it's just not enough. After a while, we need more than just the word family. Somebody should have told him that after Fast 7, because it's getting ridiculous at this point, man. We gotta stop. Justin Lin doesn't even want to do these anymore. So overall, guys, look, to be honest, I'm completely overwhelmed. This is an absolutely phenomenal season, but the reason I'm saying I'm overwhelmed is because, look, Stranger Things Volume 2 drops on Friday. I'm probably going to say it's hard to, say what the best season of TV is this year, because TV is just absolutely on a roll. There's just nothing but fire shows coming out back to back to back to back to back. We got Stranger Things Volume 2. I'm going to have The Boys season finale is coming up soon. We got Only Murderers in the Building is coming back on TV. I mean, there's just so much, guys. But look, Umbrella Academy season 3 was absolutely phenomenal from start to finished. I loved everything about the season. I love everything about these characters. I love everything about this story. I just want to see more as much as possible. I need as much Umbrella Academy as we can get. Oh, and one other thing, let me not forget. Ben. I want to touch on him. He was an absolute pleasure to see in this season. I say that only because it was a pleasure to see a different version of him. He was an asshat. He was a terrible guy, terrible character. Not in the sense of like he was just had a bad attitude. It was Mr. Tough Guy all the time, as Klaus would say. But it was honestly weird to see Ben, just being that kind of mean all the time, because him and Klaus's relationship was always so wacky, and it was something I had gotten used to. But Ben in this season, I really thought was a very complex character. I thought he was somebody who, it was cool to see him connect on the other side from like leading a different family and a different life and everything like that. It was cool to see Ben in a different light. It's cool what they can really do with these characters to make sure they're not boring. Like that's really what makes Umbrella Academy stand out. They make sure that these characters can never get stale. They make sure that they're always growing in some sort of way. They can continue to keep the drama going and keep the familyness and the lightheartedness and the just the warmth of the Umbrella Academy going, and they make you understand why this group is so special. And guys, look, I just loved everything about this show. Granted, like I said, if I were to say this was the best season of TV or the best, TV season I've seen since blah, 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 I'm going to be saying that probably after all these other shows come out too. So look, it's just great TV. It's great fun. It's a quick binge, because I promise you will be hitting next episode after every single episode finishes, and this show leaves us off on great cliffhangers. Season 1, we got the world basically ending. Season 2, we got the Sparrow Academy, and now they don't even have their powers, so who knows what's about to happen in Season 4. And guys, thank you so much for watching. I know I kind of ended that pretty quickly, but that's the end of my thoughts on Umbrella Academy Season 3. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Look, Umbrella Academy Season 3. Have you seen it? What did you think about it? What are your predictions for Season 4? What are your theories? What happened to Sloan? If you think you know what happened to Sloan, please let me know in the comments. Look, thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. More content coming to you guys soon. This is your guy in the chair. Thank you so much.